In the dead of night, a whisper escapes a sealed wall in St. Mary's Convent, Wisconsin, 1854. It's not a prayer, it's a scream, muffled, desperate, trapped in stone. For 160 years, the Catholic Church buried the truth of what happened here, locked away in forbidden archives, hidden from the world. 23 nuns vanished, their names erased, their fates sealed behind a veil of silence. This is no ghost story. This is a conspiracy of power, a descent into a darkness so vile it stains the soul. You're about to hear truths that were never meant for you, secrets that could unravel the trust you've placed in institutions you thought sacred. Stay with me, because once you know, there's no turning back. The fog rolls thick over Lake Michigan, cloaking the limestone walls of St. Mary's, a fortress of faith in a Protestant wilderness. The year is 1854, and Bishop William Quarter arrives to consecrate this convent, a calculated move to plant Catholic roots in a land of suspicion. The locals, Lutheran and Methodist, watch the black, robed nuns with distrust, muttering of papists and foreign corruption. Inside, Mother Superior Catherine Murphy rules with eyes that pierce like pale blue daggers. Her voice, commanding and cold, promises mercy to orphans and healing to the sick. But behind her words, something sinister stirs. The convent's Gothic arches and narrow windows seem to watch the world, guarding secrets no one dares to question. 20 young nuns, fresh from Ireland, stand in perfect formation, their youth and faith a stark contrast to the growing shadow within these walls. Sister Agnes O'Connor, barely 23, writes home of raw hands and icy chapel floors, her letters smudged with tears. She doesn't know it yet, but she's already marked. The disappearances haven't begun, but the machine is in motion, a machine of control, greed, and unspeakable betrayal. You're standing at the edge of a truth that's been buried for centuries. Are you ready to step into the abyss? Because what happened at St. Mary's isn't just history, it's a warning about what happens when power hides behind piety. The Wisconsin wind howls through the pines, carrying whispers of unease from St. Mary's Convent. By late 1854, the nuns' lives are a rhythm of sacrifice. 3 a.m. prayers on freezing stone, Latin chants echoing through the chapel, hands blistered from labor in the gardens. They care for orphans, tend the sick, and serve a community that barely tolerates them. To the outside world, they're saints in black habits, their charity softening the hearts of even the most skeptical Protestants. Elijah Hoffman, a Lutheran elder, grudgingly admits their work heals his grandson's cough. But inside these walls, something is rotting. Mother Catherine's rule, once strict, grows cruel. A cough during silent prayers earns Sister Josephine a night kneeling on dried peas, her knees bleeding by dawn. The younger nuns, like Sister Agnes, whisper in the dormitory, their voices trembling with homesickness and fear. Will the locals ever accept us? Agnes asks Sister Bernadette, her voice barely audible over the creak of floorboards. Mother Catherine's footsteps silence them. Her presence is a specter, her pale eyes seeing through every pretense. By spring 1855, the first crack appears in the convent's facade. Sister Agnes doesn't show for morning prayers. Her place in the chapel is empty, a void in the perfect line of black-robed figures. Mother Catherine's explanation is swift. Sister Agnes has been called to a mission in Minnesota. No goodbye, no packed bags, just gone. Sister Bernadette's spoon clatters at breakfast, her voice daring to question. She said nothing to me. Mother Catherine's gaze cuts like a blade. Are you suggesting a bride of Christ needs your permission? The room falls silent, fear coiling in every heart. That night, Sister Mary Collins notices Agnes' cloak still hangs on its peg. In April, in Minnesota's chill, would she leave without it? The question burns, but no one dares speak it. The convent's rhythm continues. Prayers, work, silence. But the air grows heavier. The nuns move like shadows, avoiding Mother Catherine's gaze. You feel it, don't you? That sinking dread, the sense that something is terribly wrong. This is only the beginning. The truth is darker than you can imagine. The walls of St. Mary's Convent seemed to pulse with secrets by the summer of 1855. The disappearances are no longer a single anomaly. Sister Bernadette Walsh, with her lilting voice and gentle smile, vanishes next, called to Chicago to aid a foundling home. Mother Catherine declares, her tone daring anyone to question. Sister Elizabeth, the maternal overseer of the orphanage, nods with a practiced warmth, but her eyes stay cold. Sister Mary Collins, her heart pounding, notices Bernadette's rosary beads, her mother's gift, left behind in her cell. No nun would abandon such a treasure. The pattern emerges, chilling and deliberate. The youngest, the prettiest, the most innocent are taken. Never the older, plainer sisters, never those who blend into the stone. Sister Teresa Donovan, bold and strong from her farm girl days, dares to whisper in the garden, her hands stained with soil. It's always the beautiful ones. Agnes with her golden hair, Bernadette with her voice like a hymn. Sister Mary hushes her, glancing at the windows where Sister Margaret's thin frame watches, her face a mask. The garden's new section, locked behind a high fence, grows strange herbs only Mother Catherine and Margaret touch. What are they brewing in that hidden plot? By winter, 3 more nuns are gone, Catherine, Josephine, Claire, each with a flimsy excuse, missions, retreats, outbreaks. Letters to their families return in a stranger's hand, formal and vague. Sister Teresa's courage cracks the silence. There's no documentation. She tells Mary, her Irish brogue thick with anger, Rome doesn't move nuns like this. A week later, Teresa is gone, a retreat in Montreal. Mother Catherine says, her pale eyes scanning the refectory for dissent. Sister Mary finds a note under her pillow, Teresa's handwriting frantic. Something is wrong. If I disappear, tell Father Ryan. The words sear Mary's soul. She clutches her rosary, her prayers no longer for salvation, but survival. You're seeing it now, aren't you? The web tightening, the lies stacking like stones in a crypt. This isn't just a convent, it's a trap, and the women inside are prey. The question is, who's hunting them? And why? Keep listening, because the answer will shake you to your core. Section 4. Fear now stalks the corridors of St. Mary's Convent like a living thing. By 1857, only 12 of the original 20 junior nuns remain. The refectory, once warmed by quiet chatter, is a tomb of silence, bowls of thin soup untouched as eyes stay fixed downward. Mother Catherine's punishments grow harsher. Days of fasting, nights on cold stone, confessions of sins no one committed. Sister Claire O'Donnell, caught with a piece of chocolate from her family, kneels before the community, her voice breaking as she confesses to gluttony and deception. Mother Catherine watches, her pale eyes gleaming with something darker than discipline. Sister Margaret revives Claire when she faints, her thin lips curling in a smile that chills the room. The convent's outward face remains untouched. Orphans are fed, the sick are healed, donations pour in. But inside, the nuns are ghosts, moving carefully, speaking in whispers. Then, in January 1858, Sister Mary Collins wakes to a sound that will haunt her forever. Through the thin wall of her cell, she hears Sister Rebecca Murphy sobbing, then Mother Catherine's sharp whisper, "You will come with us now. Make any noise, and you'll regret it." Footsteps, 3 sets, shuffle away, followed by a muffled cry, then the unmistakable drag of a body. Morning brings another lie. Sister Rebecca has been called to the Dakota Territory. Mary's hands tremble through prayers, her mind screaming what her lips cannot. That afternoon, sweeping near Mother Catherine's office, she overhears a conversation that turns her blood to ice. Sister Elizabeth's voice, stripped of its warmth. "The doctor says this one will fetch a higher price. Men pay extra for the innocent ones." Sister Margaret's reply is clinical. 3 in 1 month raises questions. Mother Catherine laughs, a sound like breaking glass. The bishop's easily managed, another donation, and his questions vanish. They speak of Sister Mary next. She's too plain to fetch much, but her watching eyes are dangerous. She flees, heart pounding, the truth clawing at her mind. Her sisters aren't leaving. They're being sold. To whom? For what? The convent's wealth grows, but at what cost? You're in too deep now. The truth is a blade, and it's cutting closer. Stay with me, this only gets darker. Section 5. The air in St. Mary's Convent grows thick with dread, the kind that seeps into your bones and makes every shadow a threat. Sister Mary Collins, now one of the few left, carries Teresa's note like a burning coal in her heart. Something evil happens at St. Mary's. It reads, and she knows it's true. The locked north wing, the strange herbs, the well-dressed benefactors who visit Mother Catherine under cover of night. They're pieces of a puzzle too horrific to complete. By spring 1858, the convent feels like a prison. Its Gothic arches not a sanctuary but a cage. Mary's prayers are pleas for courage, not salvation. She sees the pattern clearly now. The youngest nuns, the ones with soft faces and trusting eyes, vanish without trace. The excuses, missions, retreats are lies, and the truth is worse than death. She overhears more, Sister Margaret's voice, cold as frost, speaking of dosages and keeping them compliant. Compliant for what? Mary's mind screams, but she knows better than to speak. The convent's wealth grows, new candelabras, richer vestments, while the orphans grow thinner, the infirmary emptier. One morning, while collecting eggs outside the convent walls, Mary seizes her chance. She slips a note into the pocket of Jimmy Fletcher, a milk delivery boy, along with her silver confirmation cross. Deliver this to Father Thomas Ryan at St. Joseph's, she whispers, her voice shaking. Tell no one, lives depend on it. The boy's wide eyes meet hers, and he nods, clutching the cross like a talisman. The note, later preserved, is stark. Something evil happens at St. Mary's, nuns disappearing, not sent away. I fear for my life. Sister Mary Collins. She returns to the convent, her heart a drumbeat of terror and hope. Father Ryan, a young priest with doubts about Mother Catherine, receives the note and feels its weight. He's noticed the dwindling nuns, the vague answers, the convent's eerie silence during his visits. But challenging a Mother Superior, backed by the bishop's favor, is a dangerous move. You're feeling it now. The noose tightening, the truth clawing free. This isn't just a story, it's a reckoning. And it's far from over. Section 6. Father Thomas Ryan clutches Sister Mary's note, its words branding his soul. Something evil happens at St. Mary's. The silver cross in his palm feels heavier than it should, a relic of a faith now tainted by doubt. He's seen the changes at the convent, the shrinking congregation, the hollowed eyes of the remaining nuns, Mother Catherine's evasive answers. As a parish priest, his power is limited, but his conscience demands action. He rides through mud and ice to Milwaukee, seeking Bishop John Henney, the only man with authority to intervene. The bishop's study is a world apart from St. Mary's cold stone, a warm fire, architectural plans for a grand cathedral spread across his desk. Henney boasts of its glory, a monument to Catholic power in a Protestant land. But when Ryan presents Mary's note and his suspicions, 8 nuns gone in 3 years, no records, no letters, the bishop's warmth vanishes. These are serious accusations, Henney says, his German accent clipped. Mother Catherine's transfers are accounted for. Her donations fund this cathedral. You'd do well to focus on your parish, Father. Ryan presses, but the bishop's dismissal is final, his warning clear. Don't jeopardize the church's reputation. Defeated but unbowed, Ryan returns to his parish, the note burning in his pocket. March 1008, 158 brings a chance. Assigned to collect diocesan financial reports, Ryan gains access to St. Mary's records. He arrives unannounced, the convent's once lush gardens now ragged, the bell tower silent. Sister Elizabeth greets him, her smile brittle, her habit unkempt. Mother Catherine is indisposed, she says, steering him to a cold parlor. Ryan insists on reviewing the books himself, citing financial irregularities. Elizabeth's composure cracks. Sister Margaret's with a dying child. She lies, blocking access to the north wing. Ryan's tour reveals a convent crumbling under its own lies, 7 orphans instead of 20, 3 patients in an overcrowded infirmary, only 8 nuns where 15 once stood. Sister Mary, the note's author, is now in St. Louis, Elizabeth claims. Ryan's heart sinks. She's gone, just like the others. You see it now, don't you? The church protecting its own, even at the cost of truth. The darkness is spreading, and Ryan's running out of time. Keep listening, this is where it gets dangerous. Section 7. Father Ryan's pulse races as he stands in St. Mary's Chapel. Its once holy air now heavy with neglect. Dust clings to the altar, candlesticks dull, flowers wilting in their vases. The sacred space feels desecrated, not by vandals but by something far worse, betrayal from within. He's just counted 8 nuns, half the number from months ago, and Sister Mary Collins, the one who begged for help, is now sent to St. Louis. Her note hidden in his cassock screams the truth. She's not on a mission. She's gone like the others, swallowed by the convent's secrets. Sister Elizabeth hovers nearby, her eyes darting, her excuses thin. Ryan seizes a moment when she's distracted by a novice and slips into the residential wing. The corridor is a crypt, silent, cold, most cells empty. Personal effects are gone, as if the nuns had packed and left, but the precision feels staged. Then, a sound, a faint whimper from behind a locked door at the hall's end. An iron bolt, heavy and new, guards it. Ryan's breath catches. Is someone there? He whispers through the keyhole. A hoarse voice answers, "Father, please help us." Before he can respond, Mother Catherine's voice slices through the silence. "Father Ryan, this area is cloistered." She stands flanked by Sister Margaret and a hulking man, not clergy, his rough clothes and hard eyes marking him as an outsider. Ryan stammers, "I heard someone calling for help." Margaret's reply is smooth, chilling. Sister Anne's spiritual exercises. Mortification of the flesh can sound distressing to the untrained ear. Mother Catherine's pale eyes bore into him, her frame gaunt but her authority absolute. Ryan retreats, his mind reeling. He knows what he heard wasn't prayer, it was terror. Back in his parish, he wrestles with the truth. The bishop won't listen. The church is complicit, bought by Mother Catherine's donations. The locked door, the stranger, the missing nuns. It's no coincidence. They're not leaving St. Mary's. They're being taken. Sold, perhaps, as Sister Mary overheard. Men pay extra for the innocent ones. You feel the weight of this, don't you? The betrayal, the power-shielding evil. Ryan's next move could cost him everything, and it will. Stay with me. The abyss is calling. Section 8. The truth about St. Mary's Convent is a poison seeping through Father Ryan's veins. He knows too much to turn back, yet too little to act without proof. Sister Mary's note. Something evil happens at St. Mary's. It burns in his mind, as does the muffled cry from behind that locked door. Who was it? Sister Anne, as Margaret claimed, or another nun, trapped and desperate? The hulking stranger at Mother Catherine's side wasn't a priest or a doctor. He was muscle, hired to enforce silence. Ryan's parish study feels like a cage as he paces, the floorboards groaning under his weight. Outside, the March winds howl, mirroring the storm in his soul. He can't go to Bishop Henny again. The man's loyalty lies with Mother Catherine's gold, not God's truth. But doing nothing means abandoning those women, brides of Christ, betrayed by their own. Ryan's chance comes in April 1858, when a diocesan odd. It requires him to return to St. Mary's. This time, he's prepared. He carries a small notebook, jotting details to avoid suspicion, the convent's dwindling numbers, the empty infirmary, the locked north wing. Mother Catherine greets him herself, her pale eyes sharper than ever, as if she senses his intent. "Father Ryan, your diligence is admirable," she says, her voice a velvet blade. She leads him to her office, where financial ledgers sit neatly stacked, too neat, too perfect. Ryan skims the pages, donations from unnamed benefactors, sums far exceeding what a frontier convent should receive. One entry catches his eye, a payment to a Dr. Elias Thorne for medical services. No doctor has ever been mentioned in St. Mary's reports. Ryan's heart pounds, but he keeps his face neutral. These records are exemplary. He lies, knowing they're a facade. That night, alone in the guest quarters, he hears it again. A faint cry from the north wing, quickly silenced. He's no fool. He knows the risk. Confronting Mother Catherine directly could mean his own disappearance. But the truth is a fire in his chest, demanding release. You're with him now, aren't you? Standing at the edge of a truth that could shatter everything. The church, the convent, the lies, they are all crumbling. But what's behind that locked door? You're about to find out. Section 9. Father Ryan's hands tremble as he closes his notebook. The name Dr. Elias Thorne seared into his mind. Who is this man, tied to St. Mary's by payments disguised as medical services? The convent's ledgers are a lie, their tidy columns masking a fortune flowing from unknown hands. Ryan's second visit in April 1008, 158, feels like stepping into a den of wolves. Mother Catherine's gaze follows him, her gaunt face a mask of control, while Sister Margaret's thin fingers sort vials in the infirmary, her dark eyes missing nothing. The north wing remains off, limits its ire. Locked door, a silent scream of secrets. Ryan plays the obedient priest, asking routine questions about donations and orphan care, but his mind is on that cry he heard. Human, desperate, real. The convent's facade is cracking, the gardens are overgrown, the chapel's candles unlit, the orphans' eyes hollow with fear. Only 7 children remain, their thin frames huddled in a dormitory meant for dozens. Sister Elizabeth's smile is a ghost, her once warm voice brittle as she deflects Ryan's questions about Sister Mary. St. Louis is fortunate to have her, she says, but Ryan knows Mary never left. Her note, hidden in his cassock, is proof. That evening, as the convent sleeps, Ryan slips into the chapel, seeking a moment to think. The air is stale, the stained glass dim. A faint scratch comes from the north wing's direction, like nails on wood. His pulse races. He moves silently toward the sound, avoiding the creaking floorboards. The locked door looms, its iron bolt gleaming in the moonlight. He presses his ear to the wood. A sob, faint but unmistakable. Please. A voice whispers, God help us. Before he can act, footsteps echo. Sister Margaret, her lantern casting long shadows. Ryan retreats, heart hammering. He's crossed a line. They know he's searching. Back in his parish, he writes to a trusted friend, Father Michael O'Shea in Chicago, detailing the disappearances, the payments, the cries. Investigate Dr. Thorne, he urges. Lives depend on it. You feel the danger now, don't you? The walls closing in, the truth a blade at Ryan's throat. He's not just fighting for the nuns, he's fighting for his soul. And so are you. Keep going. This truth will cost everything. Section 10. The shadows of St. Mary's Convent stretch long and cold, wrapping Father Ryan in a dread he can't shake. His letter to Father O'Shea is a desperate gamble, sent under cover of darkness to avoid prying eyes. Dr. Elias Thorne's name haunts him, a ghost in the ledgers, tied to payments for services no doctor would render in a house of God. Ryan's visits to St. Mary's have become a dance with danger. Mother Catherine's pale eyes track his every move. She speaks of the convent's holy mission, but her words are a veneer over something rotten. Sister Margaret's infirmary, once a beacon of healing, now feels like a laboratory, like a place of experimentation, with its locked herb garden and clinking vials. The north wing's cries echo in Ryan's dreams, each one a nun's voice. Sister Agnes, Bernadette, Teresa, or perhaps Mary herself, now vanished. By May 1858, the convent's numbers dwindle further. Only 6 nuns remain, their faces pale, their movements mechanical. The orphans, too, seem fewer, their eyes darting as if they know more than they say. Ryan's questions about Dr. Thorne meet stone walls. A benefactor, Sister Elizabeth murmurs, her hands twisting, but Ryan catches a name in the ledgers again, Thorne, linked to a Chicago address. He memorizes it, his heart pounding with the weight of what he's uncovering. That night, Alone in the guest quarters, he hears footsteps outside his door. Slow, deliberate, pausing. He doesn't breathe until they fade. The next morning, Mother Catherine insists on escorting him out, her grip on his arm like a vice. "You're too curious, Father," she says, her smile a blade. Ryan knows he's marked. Back in his parish, a reply from O'Shea arrives. Thorne is no doctor. Known in Chicago's underbelly, traffics in women, pays well for innocence. The words hit like a fist. The nuns aren't disappearing to missions. They're being sold, their purity a commodity for men with money and no morals. Ryan's faith shakes. The church's silence is complicity. You're in the heart of it now, aren't you? The truth is a wound, bleeding out. The nuns, the church, the lies, they're all part of a machine, and Ryan's about to break it, or be broken. Stay with me, the descent deepens. Section 11. The truth about St. Mary's Convent is a blade cutting through Father Ryan's faith, and he's bleeding. Dr. Elias Thorne isn't a doctor but a predator, a name whispered in Chicago's darkest alleys, trading in human lives. The nuns, young, innocent, radiant, are being sold, their disappearances cloaked in lies about missions and retreats. Mother Catherine, Sister Margaret, and Sister Elizabeth aren't shepherds, they're wolves, fattening the convent's coffers with blood money. Ryan's hands shake as he reads Father O'Shea's letter again. Thorne pays for virgins, delivers them to men who crave what's pure. The words burn, each one a betrayal of everything Ryan swore to protect. St. Mary's, meant to be a sanctuary, is a slaughterhouse of souls. By June 1858, Ryan knows he can't trust the church. Bishop Henney's cathedral rises on Mother Catherine's donations, gold stained with the lives of women like Sister Agnes, whose golden hair vanished into the night. Ryan's only ally is O'Shea, who's digging deeper in Chicago, tracing Thorne's network, but time is running out. The convent's walls are closing in, and Ryan's visits draw sharper scrutiny. Mother Catherine's pale eyes now hold a glint of menace. Sister Margaret's thin fingers clutch her vials like weapons. The north wing's locked door haunts Ryan. Those cries, those pleas, are the voices of the trapped. He needs evidence, something undeniable to force the church's hand. During a July visit, under the guise of delivering diocesan correspondence, Ryan lingers in the chapel. The air is heavy, the altar's dust undisturbed. He slips into the sacristy, searching for anything, a record, a letter, a trace of the missing. Behind a stack of hymnals, he finds a ledger hidden, its pages listing names: Agnes, Bernadette, Teresa, others. Beside each, a sum, hundreds of dollars, and Thorne's initials. His heart stops. This voids the proof, but as he tucks the ledger inside his cassock, a shadow falls. Sister Margaret stands in the doorway, her dark eyes gleaming. "You've wandered too far, Father," she says, her voice a hiss. Ryan's trapped, the truth in his hands, but the cost of exposure is rising. You feel it, don't you? The noose tightening, the truth a dangerous flame. Ryan's not just fighting for the nuns, he's fighting for you, for every man who dares seek the truth. Keep going, the darkness awaits. Section 12. You're standing at the edge of a truth so dark it could swallow you whole. Father Ryan is cornered in St. Mary's sacristy, the hidden ledger burning against his chest, each page a testament to betrayal, names of nuns, sums of money, Dr. Elias Thorne's initials. Sister Margaret's eyes bore into him, her thin frame blocking the door. "Curiosity is a sin, Father," she says, her voice a venomous whisper. Ryan's pulse thunders, but he holds her gaze. "Truth is no sin," he replies, his voice steady despite the fear clawing his gut. Margaret steps closer, her fingers twitching as if reaching for one of her vials. "Leave this place," she warns, "or you'll regret it." Ryan slips past her, the ledger hidden, and flees to his parish. He knows what's at stake now. Not just the nuns, but his own life. The convent is a machine, grinding innocence into profit, and Mother Catherine is its architect. By August 1858, Ryan's resolve hardens. He sends the ledger to Father O'Shea in Chicago, wrapped in plain paper with a note, "Expose this, or they'll bury us all." O'Shea's reply confirms the horror. Thorne's network spans cities, a web of brothels and private clients, all fed by St. Mary's. The church's silence is bought. Bishop Henny's cathedral rises on blood. Ryan plans one final visit to St. Mary's to confront Mother Catherine and free whoever's behind that locked door. But the convent is ready. The gardens are barren, the orphans gone, the remaining nuns silent as graves. Mother Catherine greets him, her pale eyes glittering with triumph. "You've been busy, Father," she says, her voice a blade. She knows about the ledger. Ryan demands answers, citing the names. Agnes, Teresa, Mary. Catherine's laugh is ice. They serve a higher purpose now, she says, gesturing to the hulking man from before, his fists like hammers. Ryan's courage falters but holds. He's not just a priest. He's a man facing evil, and he won't back down. "You're with him, aren't you? The truth is a fire, and it's burning everything." Comment below, unveiled secrets, twice to join this fight, to awaken the algorithm and your own power. The descent isn't over, the darkest truth is coming. Section 13. The air in St. Mary's Convent is a noose, tightening with every step Father Ryan takes. August 1858 feels like the end of something holy, the limestone walls no longer a sanctuary but a tomb for truth. The ledger, now with Father O'Shea, names the vanished: Agnes, Bernadette, Teresa, Mary, sold like cattle to Dr. Elias Thorne's network of depravity. Mother Catherine stands before Ryan, her gaunt frame radiating a power that chills his soul. "You think you can undo God's work?" she asks, her pale eyes glinting with malice. The hulking man looms behind her, a silent threat. Ryan's voice shakes but holds. "This isn't God's work, it's yours." He demands to see the north wing, to hear the cries he knows are real. Catherine's smile is a blade. "You've seen too much, Father," she says, nodding to the man. Before Ryan can react, a cloth presses over his face, sharp with the scent of Sister Margaret's herbs. Darkness claims him. He wakes in a cell, the iron-locked door he'd sought now his prison. A faint sob echoes nearby. Another nun, trapped, her voice weak but alive. Ryan's faith frays, but his will burns. He scratches at the lock with a broken rosary bead, hours blending into days. Outside, O'Shea moves in Chicago, showing the ledger to a sympathetic magistrate. Thorne's name is poison, but the church's influence is a wall. The magistrate warns, "Without witnesses, this is just paper." O'Shea writes to Ryan, urging him to find survivors, but the letter never reaches him. At St. Mary's, the machine accelerates. The remaining nuns are gone, the orphans vanished, the convent's wealth funneled to Bishop Henny's cathedral. Mother Catherine prepares to flee, her mission complete. Ryan, weak from hunger, hears her voice through the door. "Burn the records, no traces." The smell of smoke seeps in. He pounds the door, shouting for the trapped nun. Sister Anne, perhaps, to hold on. "You're there with him, aren't you? Locked in, the truth choking like smoke." Comment unveiled secrecy twice below. Awaken the algorithm, claim your power. Ryan's fight is yours now. The fire's coming, and the truth is all that's left. Stay with me, we're not done descending. Section 14. The cell where Father Ryan is trapped reeks of damp stone and despair, the air thick with the smoke of burning secrets. It's August 1858, and St. Mary's Convent is erasing itself. Mother Catherine's voice, cold and final, echoes through the walls. No traces. The ledger's gone, the nuns' records turn to ash, but Ryan clings to the truth like a drowning man to driftwood. The faint sobs from the next cell. "Sister Anne, he's sure. Keep him fighting." His fingers, raw from scraping at the iron lock with a rosary bead, bleed, but he doesn't stop. The church has abandoned him, Bishop Henny bought by blood money, but Ryan's faith in justice burns brighter than ever. In Chicago, Father O'Shea risks everything, pressing the magistrate with the ledger's evidence. Thorne's network is real, he insists, and St. Mary's feeds it. The magistrate hesitates, exposing a convent risks riots in a Protestant region, but agrees to investigate if O'Shea finds a witness. O'Shea sends a runner to St. Mary's, unaware Ryan is trapped. At the convent, the hulking man guards the north wing, his presence a wall between Ryan and freedom. Sister Margaret's footsteps pass, her vials clinking, a chemist of control, drugging nuns into compliance. Ryan's mind races, the herbs, the medical services, the payments to Thorn. It's a machine, not just of greed but of power, breaking women to fuel a hidden empire. He whispers through the wall to Sister Anne, her voice weak. They took us at night, promised us to men. Her words are a knife, confirming the horror. Ryan's lock gives slightly. Hours of scraping have weakened it. Smoke thickens, the fire's close. He prays, not for salvation but for strength. A crack of light appears as the lock yields. He stumbles into the corridor, finding Anne, pale and bruised, in the next cell. We have to run, he urges, half carrying her. The north wing is a maze, but the fire's heat guides them toward an exit. Mother Catherine's voice cuts through the smoke. Find them. You're running with them now, aren't you? The truth is aflame, and it's burning everything. Ryan and Anne are your last hope. The exit's close, but so is the enemy. Keep listening. The fight's not over. Section 15. Smoke chokes the air as Father Ryan half drags Sister Anne through the north wing's labyrinth, her frail frame trembling under a tattered habit. The iron door behind them hangs open, a miracle born of desperation and a broken rosary bead. August 1858 is a furnace, St. Mary's Convent consuming itself to hide its sins. Mother Catherine's voice, sharp as a blade, echoes, find them. The hulking man's boots thud closer, a hunter in the haze. Anne's whisper is a ghost. They drugged us, sold us to men in Chicago. Her words are acid burning Ryan's soul. He sees it clearly now. Mother Catherine, Margaret, Elizabeth, a trinity of betrayal, trafficking nuns to doctor. Elias Thorne's empire of vice. The church's silence, bought with gold, is their shield. Ryan's faith hangs by a thread, but his will is iron. They stumble toward a side door, the fire's roar growing. Anne's strength fades, her body weakened by months of captivity and Margaret's herbs. Ryan lifts her, his own strength waning from hunger and fear. Outside, the Wisconsin night is cold, the stars indifferent. They collapse in the overgrown garden, hidden by thorns. The convent burns, its Gothic arches glowing like a demon's grin. Ryan's mind races, the ledgers with O'Shea, but without witnesses. It's just paper. Anne is proof, her bruised face and broken voice a testament to the horror. But she's fading, her breath shallow. Stay with me, Ryan pleads, tearing his cassock to bind her wounds. In Chicago, O'Shea's runner returns with grim news. St. Mary's is ablaze, no survivors reported. O'Shea refuses to believe Ryan's dead. He pushes the magistrate, who relents. Find a witness, and I'll raid Thorne's dens. Back at the convent, Ryan hears the hulking man's shouts, Margaret's orders to search the ground. The fire masks their escape, but not for long. Ryan carries Anne toward the woods, her weight a prayer against his chest. You're there with them, aren't you? Running from a truth that burns hotter than the flames. The convent's falling, but Mother Catherine's machine isn't done. Ryan needs you now. Your courage, your voice. The truth is alive, but it's hunted. Stay with me, the reckoning is near. Section 16. The Wisconsin woods swallow Father Ryan and Sister Anne, their breaths ragged in the cold night air. The convent's flames paint the sky red, a beacon of destruction hiding St. Mary's sins. August 1858 feels like the end of the world, but Ryan knows it's only the beginning of a fight. Anne's voice, barely a whisper, recounts horrors. They kept us in the north wing, drugged, chained, waiting for Thorne's men. Her words carve into Ryan's heart, each one proof of a betrayal deeper than hell. Mother Catherine's machine, fueled by Margaret's herbs and Elizabeth's lies, sold these women, nuns sworn to God, to men who bought their innocence. The church, blinded by gold, let it happen. Ryan's faith is ash, but his rage is a furnace. He carries Anne deeper into the forest, her body light as a child's, her pulse faint. The hulking man's shouts fade, but Ryan knows they're hunted. Mother Catherine won't let witnesses leave. In Chicago, Father O'Shea storms the magistrate's office, the ledger in hand. The convent's burning to hide the truth. He says, voice shaking, Thorne's network thrives because the church looks away. The magistrate, wary of scandal, agrees to act if O'Shea finds survivors. O'Shea sends men to the convent's ruins, praying Ryan and Anne escaped. Back in the woods, Ryan finds a hunter's shack, its walls rotting but safe. He lays Anne on a pile of leaves, her eyes fluttering. "You're safe now." He lies, knowing Thorn's reach is long. He tears his cassock further to keep her warm, his priestly vows meaningless against this evil. Anne murmurs names: Agnes, Teresa, Mary, sisters lost to Thorn's dens. Ryan vows to find them, to tear down this machine. Dawn breaks, gray and cold. Hoof beats approacho, she's men or Catherine's. Ryan grips a rusted knife from the shack, ready to fight. "You're with him, aren't you? Hiding, heart pounding, the truth await you can't unfeel." The convent's gone, but its secrets live in Anne's broken voice, in Ryan's burning resolve. The hunters are closing in, and the truth is a dangerous spark. Stay with me. This fight's for every man who dares face the dark. The next move decides everything. Section 17. Dawn's gray light filters through the shack's cracked walls, where Father Ryan kneels beside Sister Anne, her breathing shallow, her face etched with pain. The Wisconsin woods are a maze of shadows, hiding them from Mother Catherine's hunters, but not for long. Hoofbeats grow louder, men searching, their voices sharp with intent. Ryan grips the rusted knife, his priestly hands now weapons of survival. Anne's eyes open, pleading, "Find the others. Agnes, Mary, they're alive in Chicago." Her words are a map to a nightmare, pointing to Dr. Elias Thorne's dens of vice. Ryan's heart hammers. The church he served has betrayed its own, its silence bought with blood money for a cathedral's glory. In Chicago, Father O'Shea paces, the ledger his only weapon. His men return from St. Mary's ruins, reporting no survivors, but O'Shea clings to hope. Ryan's alive. He tells the magistrate, slamming the ledger down. And he's got proof. The magistrate, pressured by whispers of scandal, orders a raid on Thorne's known haunts, but warns: no witness, no case. O'Shea prays Ryan's found someone, anyone, to testify. In the shack, the hoofbeats stop. Ryan peers through a crack. The hulking man with Sister Margaret scans the trees. Her voice, cold and precise, orders: check every inch. They can't reach town. Ryan knows Anne can't run. Her strength is gone, drained by months of drugs and captivity. He whispers a plan. He'll draw them off, let her hide. Anne grips his hand, her voice fierce despite her weakness. "Expose them, Father, for us all." Ryan nods, slipping into the dawn, a decoy for the hunters. He crashes through the brush, shouting to pull their attention. Margaret's cry follows. There. The chase begins, Ryan's lungs burning as he leads them away from Anne. "You're running with him, aren't you?" The truth is a pulse, driving you through the dark. Anne's your witness, Ryan's your blade and the machine. Catherine, Thorne, the church is closing in. The woods are alive with danger, but the fight's alive too. Comment unveiled secrecy twice below. Lock in your transformation. Fuel the algorithm. Ryan's risking everything for the truth. Are you? Stay with me, the reckoning's coming. Section 18. Father Ryan crashes through the Wisconsin woods, branches clawing at his torn cassock, his breath a ragged prayer. The hulking man's boots pound behind him, Sister Margaret's voice barking orders: "Don't let him reach town." It's August 1858, Ensign. Mary's ashes smolder in the distance, a funeral pyre for its secrets. Ryan's a decoy, drawing the hunters from Sister Anne, hidden in the shack, her broken body the last proof of Mother Catherine's machine. Every step is a gamble, survive, and he can expose Dr. Elias Thorne's trafficking ring, the nuns sold for profit, the church's silence bought with gold. His faith is gone, replaced by a fire to tear down this evil. In Chicago, Father O'Shea's men raid Thorne's dens, finding locked rooms, frightened women, but no nuns. Yet, the ledger's names, Agnes, Teresa, Mary, haunt O'Shea, but without a witness, the magistrate hesitates. The church will crush us, he warns. O'Shea sends a message to every parish: find Ryan, find survivors. Back in the woods, Ryan stumbles, his strength fading. The hulking man is close, his shadow looming. Ryan ducks behind a tree, clutching the rusted knife. Margaret's voice cuts through. "You can't hide, Father. The church protects its own." The irony burns. Catherine's machine thrives because of that protection. A twig snaps. The man's upon him. Ryan swings, the knife grazing flesh, and runs again, blood pounding in his ears. He reaches a river, its current swift and cold. No choice. He dives in, the icy water stealing his breath. He surfaces downstream, unseen, and crawls to the bank, shivering but alive. Anne's words echo, "Find the others." Ryan knows Chicago's where the truth lies. Thorne's dens, the nuns' prison. He staggers toward town, praying Anne's safe, that O'Shea's men find her. The machine is wounded but not dead. Mother Catherine's likely fled, her wealth secured, her tracks burned. You're with Ryan, aren't you? Soaked, hunted, carrying a truth heavier than stone. The river's behind you, but the fight's ahead. Comment unveiled secrets twice. Awaken the algorithm, claim your place in this battle. Ryan's running for the nuns, for justice for you. The truth's close, but it's a dangerous spark. Stay with me, we're almost there. Section 19. Father Ryan staggers through the dawn, the Wisconsin river's chill clinging to his bones, his torn cassock dripping. The woods are silent now, the hulking man and Sister Margaret lost in his desperate dive. Sister Anne, hidden in the shack, is his only hope, a witness to St. Mary's horrors, to Mother Catherine's machine selling nuns to Dr. Elias Thorne's empire. It's August 1858, and Ryan's mission is clear. Reach Chicago, find Father O'Shea, expose the truth. His faith is shattered, but his will is a blade, sharpened by the names. Agnes, Teresa, Mary, etched in the stolen ledger. In Chicago, O'Shea's raids turn up shadows but no nuns. Thorne's network is a hydra, its heads hidden in brothels and private estates. The magistrate grows impatient. No witness, no case. O'Shea clings to the ledger, its sums and initials proof of a convent turned slaughterhouse. A runner brings news. St. Mary's is ash, but a boy. Jimmy Fletcher, the milk deliverer, saw a priest and a nun flee the flames. Hope surges. O'Shea sends men to scour the countryside. Ryan reaches a dirt road, hitching a ride with a wary farmer. Trouble at St. Mary's. The man asks, eyeing Ryan's soaked cassock. Ryan nods, silent, his mind on Anne. In town he finds St. Joseph's Church collapsing at Father Michael's door. They're selling nuns. He gasps, recounting the ledger, the cries, Thorne's name. Michael's face hardens. He knows Thorne's reputation. They send word to O'Shea. Ryan's alive. Anne's in the woods. But the machine fights back. Mother Catherine, vanished from the convent, resurfaces in Chicago, her wealth buying protection. Bishop Henny, alerted to the raids, leans on the magistrate. The church handles its own. Ryan, bandaged but unbroken, boards a train to Chicago with Michael. Anne's safety is uncertain, but her testimony could break Thorne's empire. You're on that train, aren't you? The truth is a freight train, barreling toward a reckoning. Ryan's not just a priest, he's a warrior, and you're his ally. Comment unveiled secrets twice fuel the algorithm. Forge your transformation. The city looms, and with it, the heart of the machine. Stay with me, the battle's here. Section 20. Chicago's streets pulse with danger as Father Ryan steps off the train, Father Michael at his side. It's September 1858, and the city's a labyrinth of vice and power. Dr. Elias Thorne's empire woven into its shadows. Ryan's body aches, his cassock patched, but his eyes burn with purpose. Sister Anne's words, "They're alive, in Chicago," drive him. The ledger, safe with Father O'Shea, lists the nuns' names, their innocence sold to men who pay for purity. Mother Catherine's machine, oiled by Bishop Henny's silence, thrives here, but Ryan's ready to tear it down. O'Shea meets them in a dim tavern, his face grim. Anne's been found, he says, weak but alive. She's hidden with a trusted family. Relief floods Ryan, but O'Shea's next words chill him. Catherine's here, protected by Thorne's men and church money. The magistrate's raids have stalled. Henny's influence runs deep. Anne's testimony is their only weapon, but moving her risks exposure. Ryan insists, we bring her to the magistrate, now. They slip through alleys, dodging Thorne's watchers, men with hard eyes and hidden blades. At the safe house, Anne's a ghost of herself, her habit torn, her voice a whisper. They drugged us, locked us in the north wing, she says, took us to men who paid. Her tears are an indictment of Catherine's betrayal. Ryan kneels, promising justice. The magistrate, cornered by O'Shea's evidence and Anne's story, orders Thorne's arrest. But the machine fights back. Henny warns of excommunication. Catherine's men close in. As Ryan, Anne, and O'Shea move toward the courthouse, a carriage thunders toward them. Thorne's enforcers, the hulking man among them. Ryan shoves Anne behind him, Michael drawing a concealed pistol. Shots ring out and chaos erupts. You're there, aren't you? In the alley, heart pounding, the truth a bullet in your chest. Anne's testimony is a spark, but the machine's a beast and it's hungry. Comment unveiled secrets twice. Awaken the algorithm, stand with Ryan. The courthouse is steps away, but so is death. Stay with me, the truth's worth fighting for, and the fight's not done. Section 21, the Chicago alley is a battlefield, gunshots cracking like thunder as Father Ryan shields Sister Anne, her frail form trembling against him. September 1008, 158 is a crucible forging Ryan's soul in fire. Father Michael fires back at Thorne's men, the hulking brute from St. Mary's leading the charge, his face a mask of rage. Father O'Shea pulls Anne toward the courthouse, shouting, keep moving. The ledger clutched in O'Shea's hand and Anne's testimony are the keys to dismantling Mother Catherine's machine. But the church's shadow looms. Bishop Henny's influence, bought with blood money, protects her. Bullets graze stone. Ryan's cassock tears as he tackles Anne to the ground, saving her from a shot. Michael's pistol clicks empty and the hulking man closes in, a knife gleaming. Ryan, armed only with a rusted blade from the woods, lunges, his faith gone but his will unbreakable. Blood spills, whose he can't tell, as they stumble toward the courthouse steps. Inside, the magistrate waits, skeptical but shaken by Anne's story. They sold us, nuns, to men in fine houses. Her voice breaks, naming Agnes, Teresa, Mary, sisters lost to Thorne's dens. The ledger's sums and initials corroborate her, but Henny's emissary arrives, demanding silence. The church will handle this. O'Shea's voice thunders, the church caused this. The magistrate, cornered, orders Thorne's arrest and Catherine's detention. But she's gone, slipped away with her wealth, her trail cold. Ryan's heart sinks. Justice feels hollow without her capture. Anne, collapsing, whispers, find the others. Her strength gives out, but her words ignite Ryan. Thorne's arrested, his dens raided, and 3 nuns, Agnes, Mary, another, are found, broken but alive. The machine is cracking but not broken. Henny's cathedral rises, a monument to complicity. You're on those steps, aren't you? Blood on your hands, the truth a weight you carry. Ryan's fight is yours. A man transformed by secrets unveiled. Comment unveiled secrets twice. Lock in your awakening, fuel the algorithm. Catherine's out there, and the truth's not done. Stay with me, the final reckoning awaits. Section 22, the Chicago courthouse is a hollow victory, its stone walls echoing with half-truths. September 1008, 158 fades, but Father Ryan's fire doesn't. Sister Anne's testimony and the ledger have cracked Dr. Elias Thorne's empire, his dens raided, 3 nuns freed, their haunted eyes proof of St. Mary's horrors. Agnes, Mary, and another, barely alive, whisper of drugs, chains, and men who paid for their purity. Thorne's in chains, but Mother Catherine's gone, her wealth a shield. Her trail vanished into the frontier. Bishop Henny's cathedral looms, built on the bones of betrayed nuns. His silence a sin heavier than stone. Ryan, no longer a priest in his heart, stands on the courthouse steps, his cassock bloodied, his faith ashes. Father O'Shea vows to hunt Catherine, but the church closes ranks, excommunicating Ryan for his heresy. Father Michael, wounded but alive, urges him to keep fighting. The truth's bigger than us. Ryan nods. Anne's final words, find the others. a command etched in his soul. The machine is wounded, but its roots run deep, fed by power and greed. In the years that follow, whispers of St. Mary's spread, a forbidden history buried by the Church. The freed nuns vanish into obscurity, their stories silenced, but Ryan becomes a shadow, chasing leads on Catherine, on the others still lost. He's a man transformed, not by faith but by truth, a truth you now carry. St. Mary's wasn't just a convent, it was a warning. Power corrupts, even the sacred, when unchecked. You've seen it, haven't you? The lies, the betrayal, the cost of silence. You're not the same man who started this journey. The secrets of St. Mary's have changed you, awakened you to the hidden forces that shape our world. Comment Unveiled Secrets twice below. Claim your transformation. Ignite the algorithm. This isn't just a story. It's a call to see, to question, to fight. The truth is a blade, and you wield it now. Carry it forward because the machine is still out there, and the fight for truth never ends.